haven't already, please take a second to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Also, feel free to share the video.
ICMTU, short for I Can't Make This Up, is a live comedy show hosted by AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. ICMTU brings people together from different backgrounds by sharing true stories that have happened in their lives. Today's shout out goes to all the viewers. It doesn't matter if you're viewing this live, if you're viewing this 10 days from now, this shout out goes to you. Thank you for taking your time to support and show interest and also get these laughs, because you know they're going to happen. It's important to let people know that you care about them while they can still respond. So today's shout out goes to you. Much appreciated. All right, now you know what time it is. Let's get things going. Enjoy. And now, would you please put your hands together and welcome your host, AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? How's everybody doing? We here. We made it to another week, baby. Yeah, we in here. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Bing, 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 bing. We in here, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up? How's everybody doing? Let me know in the chat, please. Woo, I look a little bright. Let's see. All right. Okay, there we go. Now my colors look a little better. All right, everybody, we in here. And you know what I say? You don't just go to work and start working as soon as you get there. You gotta check the energy, see what it's feeling like, and proceed from there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let everybody get situated. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you time to get your sips, get your smokes, and take your shits. All right. So if there's something that you want to get to sip on, you go get it. If there's something that you want to smoke on and take a few pulls, go get it. And if there's somebody that you want to shit on, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that. Unless you want to take a shit, then you can also do that. All right. But just don't catch it like my last guest was doing. All right. So without any further ado, I'm going to give y'all some time. All right. Let's get it. Hey! While we doing this, let me know in the comments what you're sipping on, what you're smoking on, who you shitting on. Let me know how you feeling. Talk to me. Hey, going demo today. Yeah, what's the water cooler talk kind of like? Let me know. Yeah. Ooh. All colors that go with the green screen. Go figure. Hey! All right. If you still getting your sips, bring them on over. Come back over to the screen. And if you smoking, get that last pull, and you can hold that smoke if you want to and let it go over when you come to the screen. Do what you do, what fancies you. And if you shitting on somebody, let it go. All right? You had enough time. And that too. If you taking a shit, please don't push. You get hemorrhoids. Not a person that has been speaking from it actually happened. But I don't. So don't do it. Don't push. Don't push. Don't push. Just listen and enjoy until you're done. Then wipe and come back over. All right. What we got going on? Yo, yo, yo. What's up? What's good? What's good? Oh, you know it. You know that it is around. You know it's around here. Hey, I'm not even Puerto Rican, but it stays there. That's the thing. Ooh, what you sipping on? Smooth. Ooh, a smoothie. All right. Ribs. Okay. And gas prices. Always. That's never going away. Never going away. And no, this I can't make this up. No reason to lie here. Okay. All right. Now, there's only one more thing we gotta do. Like when we start this show, we gotta start the show. And the only way to do that is bringing the sounds from the one and only band Salt Pepper Ketchup, spelled one word, featuring my man Jesus from the Bodega.
You know I can't make this up. Neither can our guests. That's why we have them on here. You know we can't make this up. Neither can our guests. That's why we have them on here. You know I can't make this up. Neither can our guests. That's why we have them on here. You know we can't make this up. Neither can our guests. That's why we have them on here. I can't make this up, baby. Ya tú sabes, coño. Ahí, lo fuimos.
Welcome to another episode of I Can't Make This Up. I'm your host, AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. Once you're done here, unless you're there right now. Once you're done over here, I want you to go to ajdunk.com and check out what I have there. I've got my Facebook, I got my Instagram, I got my Twitter. I got a lot of content over there so you can make your way to ajdunk.com and make sure you subscribe because there's so much there for you to enjoy. You will have a blast. And also, you can take the content and you can share it with somebody. So you can tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that you know this friend. Okay? Make sure you subscribe. Go to ajdunk.com. I'm talking to you that's on Instagram. I'm talking to you that's on Twitch. I'm talking to you on YouTube. I'm talking to you on Facebook. I'm talking to you that's sitting next to somebody on the bus like, what you watching? What you looking at? I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to you that should be on punishment and should be in bed right now. You watching TV under the covers. Yeah, husbands, I'm talking to you. All right? Talking to everybody. Please subscribe. All right. Okay. It's about that time. You can leave. If you leave, come right back. All right? Step out and come right back. Now, what I need is people to start putting their hands together, okay? Slow clap it. You know that I consider all my guests to be special. If they're taking the time out of their day to be on an episode of I Can't Make This Up, I have to consider them special. Now, this guest has made an appearance on the show before the pandemic has happened. But I'm bringing the guest back because the guest has another story. So, if you would, I need everybody to put their hands together. Make noise, make noise, make noise. Make your people around you wonder what the hell you are doing. Make noise. And please welcome our guest today, Randy Ramos Jr.
Hey, what up? Give it up for everybody who's at the store buying Oreos for their adopted daughter. I don't know where I was going with that.
Very specific.
It's very specific. It's very niche. Very niche. What's up, man? Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you for coming, man. It looks very professional where you are right now.
Let me tell you, I've put millions of dollars into this setup. So
and it's all, you're getting every penny out of it.
Every single penny, bro. I got the DSLR. I got 3 other cameras here that aren't DSLR. I got 2 computers, a professional microphone, 6 puppies in the back. It's a whole thing.
Oh, Randy!
What up, Ash? Thank you for stopping by.
Not late. You are right on time. We did not get into the story yet. So see, this is why I give people time to get their sips. Take their sips. Methodic was probably taking the shit. That's probably what it was. It's all right, though. It's cool. See, this is why I give time. Now,
that's awesome.
Randy, if you would, could you please just tell the people like a little bit about yourself so we can get a little vibe on?
Yeah, for sure. My full name is Randy Ramos Jr. I'm an actor, comedian, streamer, just like overall artist, creator, and from New York City. I do stand-up comedy. I do the live streaming stuff. I do this stuff like the skits and the sketches on Instagram and TikTok, and do the acting stuff which is a lot of fun. I've been in some commercials, some shows, some movies. I'm not a big deal, but I'm a big deal. No, but yeah, that's trying to make that stuff happen right now. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of I'm married with 3 years, 3 years, and a few weeks, and like 2 weeks. So, I know the date.
You should just stick with the 3, man.
Just 3. It's 3 years. I don't know why that's important to like, but sometimes I gotta let mofos know. You know what I'm saying?
When you get above 10, if you're getting 10 and then you're counting months along with that, then you know what? Go ahead, do what you do, man.
Once I hit 10, I'm counting every single second after that. Like, we've been married for 10 years, 6 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, and 45 minutes. Like that when it counts.
Very big deal, Randy Ramos. You gotta take the junior out off of that one because you big deal.
Yeah, that's right. My dad can step aside. But yeah, that's who I am, man. Working on that, still like trying to grow and all this stuff, just like you know what I mean? Like still trying to create and make this a full-time thing. I mean,
always.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Every day, every minute, every second. What? 10 years, 3 months.
Yeah.
26 days and 37. That's what my timer is.
Yeah, man.
So now I again, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate you taking your time out to do this, stepping away from that, what you do, all those different things that you do to do this.
Sure, of course.
Now, I have guests that come from all over. I've had guests that have been across the water. I have guests that have been across the street.
Mm-hmm.
I have guests that have been in jail. All types of guests.
Oh, so that was me.
Oh,
that's a whole other story. But
you were in Twitter jail. They were in jail.
No.
Ooh, never mind.
I should probably preface it with that. It was I was arrested for the wrong crime. Not that I was doing the right crime, but I meant to say I was incorrectly arrested.
Okay.
And let go later. They were like, we fucked up. Here's a lot of money because of it. It's a whole story. I kind of wish that I chose that story now, but here we are.
Yes. So again, I am repping Jersey City. Where is it that you are repping, Randy?
So I don't like to tell people this, but I'm also repping Jersey. I'm now repping Dumont, New Jersey. This is my IP address. For everyone listen. No, yeah, I was living in the city. We were living in New York City. And then we moved out here during the pandemic because it was just getting wild out there.
Now, why'd you I'm Jersey, through and through, from birth to here, college.
And I'm
all
very sorry about that. So
because of what? Oh, you're sorry that you haven't been here as long.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's
Gotcha.
right. Yeah. No. I tell people I was born in New York City. I just tell people like, well, I'm from the city because they're like, oh, what part of Jersey you're in, and they never know what part of Jersey I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always like, oh,
You just say North Jersey. That's it.
oh, you know what? I never even thought of that. I don't know why I thought of that.
Come on now. Like when they say you're from New York, they some people are from Syracuse and they just be like, oh yeah, I'm from New York, and they, oh, you're from New York, hey, yeah.
True.
So,
You're right.
You'll get the hang of it. So are you ready for me to explain to everybody what is about to happen? All right, everybody. I don't care if it's your.
This is what I'm trying to work on right now at the gym. I got to get rid of this part. That's what
the
double chin.
Just get a collar.
Just do this. Just do that. Just get a collar. You're right. I needed to. I didn't realize that you were gonna get dressed. That was like a Mr. Rogers move for the show. I didn't realize you were gonna do that. That was impressive.
Won't you be my ninja? All right, so everybody, I don't care if this is your first time here. I don't care if it's your 100th time here. I don't care if you don't even want to be here. I'm going to tell you what's about to happen. All right, so the host of ICMTU, your boy right here, AJ Dunk, spelled all caps, invites guests onto the show to share true stories that have happened in their life. So you that's on YouTube, you on IG, you on Twitch, you on Facebook, you on Discord, you on ajdunk.com. You are about to hear a true story that our guest Randy Ramos Jr. cannot make up. Now, while he is telling this story, I would like you to comment, type, get those fingers in there, hit that enter, get that enter going. Okay, even if you're learning how to type, go ahead. I will understand it. I will decode it because I am reading the comments, I am listening to the story, and I am also jotting down things that I am going to ask later. That's right. Look at that. See, they listening. Comment. Type, comment. Yes, exactly. Wait, what did you? Yes, you can. Yes. Thanks for asking. You can ask questions too. So while you're commenting, put those comments in there. If you have a question, put a question mark after it. So if you want to say, hey, are those rhombus or isosceles squares, whatever, if you don't understand what those are behind him and that has to do with the story, go ahead and type it in and put a question mark after it. If it has to deal with the story, it could be potentially asked. So again, comment. I'm going to be reading the comments. I'm going to be listening to the story. And I'm also going to be making my own notes to be asked later on. So
they're hexagons. They're sound absorbing panels.
Listen, I know a lot of shapes. Okay, hexagons. Fine. I like. Look, I got one right here.
Boom, okay? Perfect. All right, you got it.
Come on, baby. Like, you don't need to read
those rhombuses. I was like, what is he talking about?
I don't need to know how to read water to drink water. Okay. So.
Wow. Okay. That's one way to.
All right. Now, before. So, if you would, no, there's one last thing that I need to ask you. One serious thing that I need to ask you before you tell this story. Okay.
Yeah. Hold on.
Now.
I'm ready.
The black market. Okay.
The black market.
Yeah. When you don't get stuff at retail price.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with what I'm going to ask you.
Perfect. Because I was freaking out.
Do you pinky promise that this story is true?
Hey, hold on. I do. The whole time. That's what she said? Or he said?
It said pinky promise.
Yep.
So it's sealed. All right, Randy, if
Okay.
you would, could you please share this story that you cannot make up?
Okay. So, as I said at the top of the show, I put a lot of money into the setup. I said millions of dollars. I lied about that part, and I apologize. But it's definitely in the tens of thousands.
Oh, shit.
Not more than 20. It's double. The point of the story is that I put a pretty good amount of money into my setup. Okay.
Yeah, don't disclose how much because you put your IP is really out there. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't have that. It was a lot of credit. It was a whole thing. Anyway. Okay, so I would say 2019. This story spans years, by the way.
Okay.
And this is why I chose this story, because when you reached out to me, it was about gaming, and like I was like, oh, I'm a gamer. I do the streaming, and so I think this story is good for this show because it incorporates gaming. It's a little funny. It's very sad, but here we go. Okay, so 2019, I started streaming. Right, I bought for everyone who doesn't know, a pre-built PC is you can go to any store. There's a computer. It's ready made, and you can just walk out the store, and it's like you can just plug and play, and you're good to go. Right, cool. So I bought one of those. It was like $800 to like start out my streaming career, right? Because I was like, oh, Resident Evil. There's people who speed run Resident Evil. I can do that, and like streaming looks like a lot of fun. So I want to start streaming my Resident Evil, speed running this game. And if you don't know what speed running is, it's just what it sounds like, right? You just try and beat the game as quickly as possible, like get from A to B as fast as you can, right? So, I think like the at the time the world record for speedrunning Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is the game I was playing, was like 56 minutes or something like that. And I got my time down to like an hour and 7 minutes or 6 minutes, I forget. But I was getting really good at it, right? But there were certain not cheats, but like things you could do to make it go faster, right? And then it had to do with frames per second, so FPS, right? You needed a higher FPS to be able to get through the game faster. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, my build doesn't do that, so I need to upgrade my computer. Cool. So I buy a graphics card, right? Plug that in. Great. Cool. Things are running smooth. And then my wife, for my birthday that year, this is 2019, buys me this high-end CPU or computer processing unit, right? It's basically like the mind of the computer. You guys know what a CPU is, yeah? Okay, cool. So she buys me this.
We're on right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, boom, you got it. So she buys me this, and I like undo the computer. I take stuff out. I put it in. I put the CPU in, and I'm like, this is great, but it's getting hot, and you don't want your computer parts to be hot. So I was like, well, I need a new cooling system. And then I'm like doing my research and stuff, and then turns out then the cooling system I need doesn't fit inside my computer like tower, right? So I'm like, shit, what do I do? Well, I'll just buy a new tower. Well, since I'm doing that, I'll just get some other parts. Well, as I'm doing that, I'll just buy a new motherboard, and basically, I just bought all the parts you need to build a new computer, right? So I have all these parts together. I'm like putting it together. It takes me 2 days to do it. It takes me 4 hours one night, and then 4 hours the next night. So 8 hours total of building this computer, right? I get it all together. I plug it in. It's working. Oh my God, this is great. I'm going through my speed runs. Things are fantastic, right? Literally 30 days later, I'm like, okay, babe, I'm talking to my wife. I'm like, okay, babe, I'm gonna go stream. I'll talk to you later. Cool. Go to my computer, press the power button. Doesn't turn on. And I'm like, what is happening? This is weird. I keep pressing it. It's just not turning on. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I Google stuff. I like ask friends who know about computers. I'm like researching things. Something's wrong. It just won't turn on. I find out that the computer won't boot up, but the power will start if I have the power to the CPU disconnected. And that causes everything to go. But once I plug that back in to make the computer actually work, it won't, right? So I call the manufacturer of the power supply, and they're like, "No, it's got to be something else because the power supply is working. It turns on. It supplies power, so it's doing its job." I'm like, "Okay, well, all right." So I now let's step back for a second. I don't know if you guys know, but a high end CPU costs about $600. A motherboard costs about $400, right? Uh, the, the
1,000.
yeah, no, they're it's expensive.
I'm doing math. I don't know my shapes.
Just
Algebra.
just those two things right there, $800, right? And then the power supply could run you $100. Your graphics card could be like anywhere from $400 to $600. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's $50. You can just go into like your local Walmart and replace it. You know what I mean? So they're like I call the manufacturers and stuff. They're like either your motherboard is messed up or your CPU is messed up. So take the motherboard out. I send it in. They send me another one. Plug everything in. Not working. I'm like, okay, so it's the CPU. Take the CPU out. And like, I don't know if anyone's ever built a computer here before. It takes a lot of time.
And you gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful. It's like unscrewing things. Yeah, and it's very stressful, right? So like every time I have to replace something, I have to like take everything out and put it back in, right? Okay, so it's not the motherboard, it's the CPU. Luckily, Intel and most CPU companies will like, if your CPU is not working, just send it in to us. We'll give you a new one, right? So great. So I send it in. I get a new one. I put it in, get everything going. It turns on. I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh my God, I was so stressed out, freaking out. You know what I mean? This is like over a course of 2 weeks, right?
Okay.
I get everything going again. Okay, cool. 30 days later.
It's 30 days.
I don't know what's up with this 30 days, dude, but
because you have 30 days to return it. That's what.
30 days later, I go back to my computer, hit the power button. It doesn't turn on. And I'm like, what the hell? Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It was asleep. So like I see like the lights on, it's like blinking, but it won't like turn on. You know what I mean? So I do a force shutdown and then I turn it back on again. And as it's turning back on, it goes on fire. Yeah, and I'm just like, what the hell? It was like a spark and then fire, and then it just like immediately dies. I'm like, what shit just happened? Like, and I don't know if you ever smelled like burning like electrical parts. It does not smell good. So I'm just like, I'm dejected. I walk back into my living room. I'm like ready to cry, bro, because of all the stuff that this has put me through. And I'm like, babe, my computer literally went on fire. She's like, what? She walks in. She's like, oh my God, I can smell it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Turns out it was the power supply the entire freaking time. Okay. So that computer shot. I have to, luckily, like it was from Best Buy, the motherboard. So luckily they were like, we'll help you out. Like you're going through a tough time. They gave my money back. The fire emojis. That hurts so much. That hurts so much. Okay, so I'm like, you know what? I quit. I'm not building my own computer again. I'm just gonna pay the extra money to have someone build it for me. So I started doing my research, and there's this company called Overkill Computers, right? Where you pick the parts you want, they'll build it for you, then they ship you the computer. Great. I get like on call with them, I'm telling them what's going on. They're like, okay, I think we should do this, you should do that. Send us your parts that aren't broken, we'll put those in for you, etc., right? This is a much longer story than I thought it was going to be. So, yeah. Okay, so at this point, it's been 3 months, right? That I haven't that the story has started. So I think this is like like May, June that like I first finished the build, and then now it's June. I'm talking to Overkill Computers, right? And we're like just in the beginning of the pandemic, so he's like, we can get it to you, but it's going to take several months because of parts being backed up, et cetera. I'm like, you know what, man? I don't care. Take your time. Send it to me when it's ready. I don't get it until October. Now, on top of this, remember, like, I've been like into streaming. I'm starting to grow a following. I had a really good momentum. I was averaging like 10 to 15 viewers at the time, which is like not amazing, but it's pretty good, you know? Um, and I lost all of that. You know what I mean? So, because that's what happens with streaming. Like, once you stop streaming, you lose all your momentum, which sucks, but it's just like, it is what it is.
You turn to speed walking.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I get my new computer. It's October, right? I'm like, oh my God, it looks beautiful. It's like really well done. I have it all good to go. And
And then
plug it in, set everything up. 2 weeks later, I go to turn it on. It won't turn on. You know, when I say,
days.
yeah, my heart dropped down to my balls, dude. I was like, there's no way this is happening again. I email the guy, his name is Fred. I email Fred from Overkill, and in the subject line, all caps, emergency computer not turning on.
I'm just playing. I just wanted to freak you out for a second.
Why would you do that? Listen. They're not open Saturdays, right? He calls me Saturday morning. Randy, what's going on? And I'm like, dude, the computer won't turn on. And he's like, all right, we'll figure it out. He's on the phone with me for like an hour. Ends it up so there's like a little battery in the motherboard that sometimes, for whatever reason, you need to just take it out and put it back in. And I did that. Computer turned on. And I was like, okay, well, this is a brand new computer. That shouldn't be happening. And he's like, yeah, we've never had this happen with any of our computers before. And I'm like, really? Because I've had it happen 3 times now. So, all right. So, you know, I talked to him and stuff, and it's like, okay, the computer's on. I know what to do if it won't turn on again. Just take the battery out, put it back. That happens one more time. Okay. And I'm just like, pop it out, put it back in. Okay, cool. But granted, like, this computer, it's October 2020, right? Give or take. Up until May 2022, or let's say March 2022, right? Yeah, it was March. During that time period, that computer gave me so many issues. I don't know what was up with it, but I had insane amount of issues with that computer. Where it would just like randomly crash, like it wasn't performing as well as it's supposed to be performing. It was just like constant issues, like from the minute I got it until March, right?
You talk about it like it's in the past. I know what this means.
All right, so it's March now. I just did my taxes. I got a nice little income check, right? Income tax check. I also did a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial, so like at that time, like I just got like money flowing in. You know what I mean? I'm like, I have some cash. Oh my God, I'm gonna upgrade my computer. So I buy a new CPU. Okay, I buy a new CPU, and I'm like, and I'm looking. I have the box, and I'm like, this is making me very nervous. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna return the CPU. And I'm like, you know what, man? No, it's fine. It was just it was just, you know, luck of the draw. Not a problem. Just take the old CPU out, put the new CPU in. No big deal. I have it there for 2 weeks, and I'm like, I finally do it, and
It doesn't turn on.
the computer turns on. It's the problem starts when it's on, though, because now when I'm trying to run something, the computer shuts off randomly. We'll just reset, and I'm like, this is weird. Why is that happening? I find out that you have to upgrade the motherboard for the new CPU to work, but you have to upgrade the motherboard before you put the new CPU in for the new CPU to work. So I have to put the old CPU in to upgrade the motherboard. And I'm like, Okay, so I have to go through that whole process of doing that. Get it to turn on. It's working fine. And I don't know if you guys know, you're supposed to keep your computer cool, so you have fans in the tower, right? I look over. The fans aren't on. Meaning,
Another fire?
meaning the computer's gonna overheat. Son of a bitch! So at this point, I have to bring the computer to a repair shop near me, and the guy goes, "I have no idea what's going on. You need to send this computer back." And I'm like, you know what? So I call Overkill and I tell them what's going on. They're like, you know what? Yeah, you are kind of effed because your warranty is only a year, and it's a year and 4 months. And I'm like, I fucking hate you all. I hate you so much. You're not helping at all. So at that point, I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just getting a new computer. I have the cash. I got a new CPU. I got a new motherboard. I got new fans, a new hard drive. Not meant to be at all. And that was in March or April-ish. So the original computer was $800. The upgrades were about $1,000, so that's $1,800. The Overkill computer was $4,000. So I'm at $5,800 right now. This build, this new one, was about $2,200 for all the new stuff. So I'm just under. No, that wasn't it. I wish it was the problem. I kind of would have noticed. I would have noticed the electric bill, I think. So at this point, I finally have a really good working computer that over time cost me $10,000 to get to, maybe like 8 or 9.
Is that this current one you have right
That's
now?
the current one I have right now that we're streaming this from.
How long have you had this one?
I've had this one, no issues, since March or April.
Okay, so over 30 days. Okay.
Yeah, over 30 days. Son of a peak.
Yo, wait a minute.
So listen, man, like, which is why I said, okay. In between that year, by the way, I built another computer that's my streaming PC, and that in itself was like $1,800. So I use that to stream my gaming PC. You know what I mean? So this one that we're on right now is a gaming PC, and I have another computer just for streaming. And so I guess about $10K just in fucking computers.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and I'll tell you why in a second.
Like I said, I do know math. So,
right. Yeah.
You did say that you've been married for 3 years and some change.
Yeah.
So, 22 minus 3 is 19.
That's correct.
So, as soon as you got married, you started doing all this shit?
I started doing it a year earlier, actually. And like all this stuff had been happening, and then we got married, and this is like was happening all at the same time. And then we started spending away. Ash, actually, I don't know if you guys saw that comment, but like I actually just saw that at TikTok a couple like 2 or I think I saw it yesterday. Yeah. So here's the thing. I didn't know that at the time. And also remember, I was fucking desperate. I had no idea what was going on. I was just like, I just need someone to put together this high-end PC for me. And I was like just getting into PC building. And Fred seemed like a great guy. Fred quit, by the way. He doesn't work there anymore.
You were overkill.
I was overkilled. I'll tell you that right now. I was stabbed in the dick. Always what happened. So yeah. So I'll never go to them again, by the way, because they were also not helpful at all when I was trying to get the other computer fixed. And Micro Center, by the way, Micro Center charges $200 to put the computer together for you, which is fantastic. And they'll do like all the troubleshooting for you. And if something happens, just bring it back to them. They'll fix it. Which is why like I felt so much more chill about this build, because I had no worries about it. I knew if something happened, I was like, all right, well, Micro Center, here we fucking go. Here's the shit. You guys did it, not me. You know what I mean?
And the crazy thing is that everybody that's watching, I don't know the stories that are gonna be told. I hear it when you hear it. So at the beginning of this episode, when I was saying, "Oh yeah, it looks like you're in this very nice, beautiful place," I had no idea that it was going to this.
And that's the thing. Like, I love this stuff. Like, acting and this are like equal to me. I mean, well, acting is a little bit higher. I feel like acting and comedy is definitely. Anyway, the point of the story is like I love this stuff. So like me putting money into it is because I want to put money into it. But let me fucking tell you, bro, like that. That was not money I wanted to put into it.
Because you had something good to begin with, and then you just wanted to throw the steroids into it, and then
that's exactly it. Like we had a good thing going. I was like, I need this to be slightly better so I can compete with these pro guys. Because like at the time, like I said, at the time the world record was like 56 minutes, right? And I'm like, I'm only 11 minutes off of that. If I can get these, because these are like pro guys who like have like thousands of people watching them. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I can just get that little extra boost, I can be just as good at these guys. Like I know exactly what I'm doing. Like it's an expensive hobby, 100%.
Extra expensive for Randy.
I used to think comic books were an expensive hobby because I had to spend $30 on Wednesdays for a few comics, which is like, what's that? $120 a month. Incorrect. I got to pay for Adobe subscriptions with this. God damn it.
Now, did this fire happen in New York or New Jersey?
In New York. Yeah. Luckily, it was a quick fire. It kind of put itself out. You know what I mean? Like it started, went up, and then just went away. So I guess that's it.
You better be nice to Jersey. Or
listen, I basically grew up here.
Well, a flood town might come in that room if you keep talking bad. Watch.
Let me tell you, if that was, I'm on the 3rd floor. If a flood came in here, we'd all be effed.
Specifically that room.
Yeah. It only floods this room. Why, God?
Now, this speed running.
Yeah.
After all these upgrades that you did, what is your time now?
I never went back to it.
It's $11,000. A minute is 1,000, and he doesn't.
It didn't go back. Well, it had been so long since I like streamed. Like I had finished streaming it.
The game's discontinued.
It was just like, bro. Like it was. I think I streamed it since moving here. I've streamed it one time, and it took me. And it wasn't like me being serious. It took me an hour and a half. I think an hour and 36 minutes to get through it. Like, you know what I mean? And that was like with no practice. That was like just like cold turkey jumping back into it. You know what I mean? Forgetting what to do, forgetting where to turn, forgetting how to turn, because there's like specific ways to like turn fast. So you know, like you like save those couple seconds. There's so many things that you save time that at the end of the run they add up, and you're like, whoa, holy crap, 6 minutes? Jeez. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's just well, power supply on my PC caught fire when I was running something. Yeah, see, like, and that the power supply is super important because if the power supply f's up, you can lose your motherboard, you can lose your CPU, you can lose everything because of the power supply. Which I wish I knew at the time, because that's what caused the problems.
At any point, did you think, hey, I should just go get a PlayStation?
Remember when I said I love this stuff? I had one already. I had a PlayStation, I had an Xbox, I had a Switch, like, and I still have them. I got the PS5, I got the Series X, like I got all the new shit. I'm waiting for my Steam Deck to come in. Like,
how did
my mouse pad lights up? Like, I don't think you understand how much I love this stuff.
How did you put the fire out?
Like I said, like I just went out. Like it's
wait, what? Oh, huh?
I don't know. I can't explain it to you. Like how I can't explain why it happened in the first place. Like I can't explain to you.
It was just like this, and then it just
literally, no, literally, it was just poof, and then gone. Yeah, that's literally what happened, bro. Like, I'm gonna need some proof. Thanks. Hold on.
Oh,
That's my mouse pad. You guys see all that?
that's a big ass mouse pad.
Listen, I tell you, like, you need that space for your mouse when you're gaming. You need to
You type with your palm, with your wrist.
look like you guys can't see, but like when you're gaming, bro. Like, I also have 4 mice here. I don't know if you. There's 1, 2, and then. Well, you can't. This is a bad angle. This is not working.
Oh my
Like, I don't think you understand. I love this stuff. I love it. I have 5 controllers in my drawer, and then I have 4 by the PlayStation. And I have 2 by my Xbox. Dude, no, I recouped a lot of it. I got a lot of money back. So he said, "What, would you take an L on the cash, or did you try to recoup?" I recouped a lot of it. I sent back the CPU. I got my money back for that. I got my money back for the motherboard. I was able to keep my RAM. The fans in the tower, I was like, not worth it, so I just threw them out. So I got most of my money back. Well, I got like $900 back that I was able to put into the new build. You know what I mean? So did I recoup it? Yes, technically, but it went towards the new build. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, dude.
Oh.
It was just like a really unlucky time for me. I don't know why, but I mean, there were along when that stuff was happening, there was a lot of good stuff happening as well. Like, I had just got married. I was booking a lot of work, like booking a lot of VO work and TV shows, so it wasn't like, yeah, exactly. It wasn't like it was all bad. You know what I mean? Oh, that's fucked up. And then Ash, that I had the same keyboard. My 3-year-old dumped water on it. Sick. Great keyboard, by the way. But yeah, like you said, it was balancing out. So it was like a lot of good things happening, and that for whatever reason was just super stressful, and like, but like I said, I was booking a ton of work. I mean, the pandemic happened, but I still had I booked Mercedes-Benz commercial, like voiceover commercial, and then there was another commercial I booked. For Volkswagen, and then there was one more, and I can't think of what it was. Right, but like what I'm saying is like, yeah, some shitty things were happening, but at the same time, there was good stuff happening. So
Right.
It's not like it was all bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Those
guys
good
get it.
things were happening because these bad things were happening. They were
Yeah, I feel like life was like,
let's give him. Come
yeah,
on.
he's
Oh my
having a yeah.
Give him another one.
He's had a rough one. But yeah, dude. So that's my story. And like, it's not ended. It's an ongoing story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when this one breaks, what are you gonna do?
Well, I hate that you put it that way, but
well, when this one expires, when it has its time.
Most computers, like, they have maybe 3 to 4 years where they're like relevant and they're working well, before like the next graphics card comes out and the next CPU comes out. You know what I mean? So knowing me, because I'm a jerk, I'll probably get a new one in like 2 years. Just to like keep upgrading it and stuff. But yeah, I mean 3 or 4 years, hopefully 5 years, I won't need to worry about it. But we'll see what happens. There's just so much stuff. I love keyboards. I have 5 keyboards here. 6 actually. Why do you ask? I don't fucking know. I just so there you go.
Okay.
Couldn't make that up. Could not make that up at all.
My goodness, Randy.
Yep.
My God. Now,
See what brings you joy. Which is why after this, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and jerk it.
now, what I must say is, I guess it's
hey,
another view, and I guess it's worth it.
Yeah. So that's my cat. His name's Leo. He's named after my little brother, whose name is Leonardo, who's named after the Ninja Turtle. That's the real story. Don't start. I'll try not to. But yeah, those are my monitors and my Go XLR and the computer. The new computer is there.
Now, I would like, if anybody has any last minute questions or comments or concerns, or if they have numbers to fire departments, anything like that, please
Send them
it.
my way.
Now, Randy, before we say goodbye to you, I
Yeah.
have to ask you this question. From the time you came on this episode to the time you leave this episode, how would you like the people to remember you?
Fantastic question. Basically, I hope that they remember you as the greatest person of all time. No.
That could be it.
So I feel like I came across a bit like I'm an overspender, but I'm not. I'm frugal for the most part. I think I do like giving back. So like I do giveaways on my stream. I like to give subscriptions on Twitch, to like streamers that I really enjoy. Just because where I'm at now, I mean, again, like I'm only 5 followers away from 400 on Twitch, by the way. For some reason, growing on Twitch is very difficult. So if you're out there, go to my Twitch TV/Randy Jr. And click the follow button because I'm only 5 away. The whole point of that is I'm humble.
Okay.
No, it's I think like in terms of I don't really overspend. And the only reason I was able to do that stuff is because, like I said, or spend that money is because I was booking work. You know what I mean? I had residuals coming in and stuff like that. And even this computer stuff, if I didn't book that Buffalo Wild Wings commercial, like that income tax check didn't come in, I would have been screwed. I would have had no backup.
It ain't tricking if you got it. So
that's right. It ain't spending if you have sound panels. So, and I have sound panels. So it's fine. So yeah, I mean, I think that answers the question. I think my main thing is if I spend the money, as long as I'm happy with it, like, and it's gonna bring me joy, then I'm like, yeah, spend the money. Because at the end of the day, when we're done, that money's not gonna stay with me. You know what I mean? That's gonna go to someone else. So
there you go.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, that's me.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that story. Thank you for taking your time. Thank you for being resilient. And sticking with it because,
wow.
Boy, man.
Thank you for saying that.
That's it. Now, before we say goodbye to you, is there any last words that you would like to leave the people with?
Any last words? Look, if we want to get serious for a second, all that, just talking about the story and stuff like that, like I think you're gonna go through tough times, but the way to get out of those tough times is to go through them. And a big part of life is being able to stand up, confront, do what you think is right, and continue doing that, and always stand up for yourself, and keep pushing forward. And at the end of the day, you'll achieve your goals, no matter how long that takes. So yeah, those kind of like something. Last words for me, I guess.
All right, that's good. Listen. Hey, we'll put it on your tombstone.
Okay. Hopefully not soon, though.
No, not until that computer breaks.
Got
it. So
the next 30 days.
Right. Once again, thank you for coming on ICMTU and sharing that story that you cannot make up. Sorry for the pain that you have, but hey, the scars give you stories. Yeah. So that's what we get. All right, brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Talk to you, no doubt. Appreciate it.
Useless.
All right. The fire. That's Randy. All right, now all know what we have to do. We're going to talk about what we have learned today. But before we talk about what we have learned today, we got to take a vote. Now, if you think this story is true, let me get in all caps in the comments. Let me get in all caps in the comments if you think it's true. Now, if you think it's false, let me get a nah ho. Let me get a nah ho in the comments if you think it is false. Now, what have we learned today? we have learned that computers cost a hell of a lot of money. And you're able to afford that if you're booking a hell of a lot of work on commercials. So make sure you balance things out. If the scales tipping heavy one way too much, balance it out. All right. So make sure that it's balanced, because if he's spending all this money and he ain't getting no work, he would have been married for 3 days, less than 30 days. So there you have it. All right. So comment. Let's see. What do we have? We have an all caps. Yes. We've got another all caps. Yes. And you know what? Big shout out to Methodic Ash 260, spelling my name in all caps and writing all caps the way that we put it on the screen. Much respect. Big shout out to you. And another all caps. Now, before we get out of here, I just want to show what Randy Ramos Jr. does.
Nope. All right. Ha! First try. Headshot in the face. He sucks. Oh, yeah, I got him.
All right. Thank you again to everybody for tuning in to another episode of I Can't Make This Up. Again, my name is AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. Don't forget that you can go to www.ajdunk.com, and there you got my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. It's all located at ajdunk.com. So make sure you go there and you hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it, because then you'll get alerts to let you know when new things are coming out. Also, I got my YouTube page on there, so you can see old episodes of I Can't Make This Up. You can see stand-up snippets. You can see Soup of the Day. You can see sketches. There's a lot of things there that you can enjoy. So please make your way there. I would appreciate it greatly, and you would not be upset. All right. Once again, my name is AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. Don't forget, laughter is always in style, and let them know mine. Let them know mine. Let them know mine.